Hey. So this is hey. So this is what I've been working on for the past month or so. Yeah, and here we go. This is the reason why I haven't been streaming very much. Basically, like I've redid the room. Most of this stuff is from IKEA. Obviously, so this is the new bed that I've been building. It's pretty nice. It also doubles as a couch. So obviously killed a leopard for this. So yeah, that took up most of the month, but you know, the leopard skin is here now. Oh, and got some gold off that bounty. But yeah, this doubles as a this bed doubles as a couch. It's in couch configuration right now, and you can just sleep on it. It's pretty big, and it also has like a hidden function. If I just maybe move this chair. All right. So we placed like a little headboard, well, a little table over here for this reason. Like if you just like grab this and like pull it out. God damn. So yeah, basically like there's a secondary bed under there if people want to sleep over and have sexy times. So there's a secondary bed, as well as you've got like working drawers as well. So that's why I selected this particular model of bed. Just closing that now. Because it's a couch. It's also a single bed. It also doubles as a double bed, and with the TV placement over there and this chair over here, if you sit down, you can still see over it and watch TV. So it's like a couch as well. So this blue chair, me and my brother picked up off the street, and I cleaned it. So it's a good like recliner kind of chair to practice sweet moves on my CRT TV. This is a relic from my old room. It's sort of like a table. See, if I step back a bit more, you can see the entire wall. Yeah, so I want to like build like cabinets on that wall, and get rid of the old stuff. So me and my girlfriend, you know, have like spent like 3 hours designing that wall with cabinets. So hopefully we'll see it as a reality someday. So this is the part that's still unfinished. I've got my folding table there for like guests, and I've also got like 4 picnic chairs for outings. Also replaced the desk with like a more fancier one, but it's still pretty damaged. But you know, I didn't have to pay for it. So it's one of those really fancy office desks that you find a CEO would be using. So yeah, it's got like this nice synthetic leather patch to work on. Comes with like a keyboard drawer here. All my other stuff, but mainly the computer is here. All the wires feed down into like the hole here. There's a hole here, and all the wires feed down to it. 5.1. I can finally make use of my surround sound system. It wasn't placed very well before, but now it is because the table's big enough. We've got like five speakers all around the place. That's my like mini like chest of drawers. It just has like pens and stuff in it. Oh yeah, and this is the router for the internet. Like, glorious fiber optics internet. During the renovations, I managed to pick up some ammo boxes for storage. Hopefully in the final build we'll get rid of these. And actually managed to put them in the cabinets on the walls that I've previously mentioned. So yeah, these are like army ammo boxes. They'll do for now. They'll give my room like a kind of soldiery, military kind of edge. As you can see, they're like army boxes. If you read the sides, I think this stored 105mm rounds. I think that's what it stored. That's what it says on the side anyway. If you can see that here. Do 105mm rounds. I think. It's hard to see with that camera. More military boxes. Except this one's red, probably used to store explosives. Now I've also got like another one over here to store my other stuff. Yeah, just a green foot locker. Hopefully we'll see these like get replaced slowly by those cabinets I mentioned. And this took a long time to build. So this is my new wardrobe. It's hard to see all of it. That's my new wardrobe, and maybe I'll just leave it back here. Just gotta find a stand for this. That's pretty. Yeah. Oh well, I'll just hold it. So yeah, this wardrobe took me a while to make, but it's handleless to give that clean look, and it lights up on the inside. It's pretty neat. I have yet to move my clothes in, but it's lit. Yeah, it's pretty cool. I especially like this like glass tabletop. It's got all my stuff in it. It pulls out like that. Got some earphones here, some belts, wallet, some game tokens, all the coins, glasses and so on. Just feel really organized. This is like a rack for pants. That also comes out as well. Currently I'm just using it to dry towel. Obviously the jackets hang up there. And some are clothes on the top shelf. So the wiring took a bit. I had to like hide the ugly wires, and I'm currently failing to do that with... Oh yeah, and the lights shut off by themselves. So if I close the mirror and the door, it will automatically shut off. Because there's a light sensor in each bar, and then you got the side. Yeah, the drawers light up as well. I'm not that much of a player, so let's go with one. So yeah, lights up again. I've got like, this is the main difference between the left and right. So carbs G, let's just say 1. I have my current girlfriend and all my previous girlfriends. We never made it that far, so 1 so far. Maybe we'll turn it into 2 with the current girlfriend. So yeah, I'm especially proud of, like, the main difference between the left and right is the center top is like a different height to the left one, so that you can store longer coats in the left one and shorter jackets in the right one. I'm especially proud of the modifications that we did. This wardrobe from IKEA isn't meant to like be able to mount a light in the second drawer, so obviously you can see, like, if I put my hand in front of the sensor, it'll automatically turn off. But it wasn't built to light the second drawer, because literally, like, the first light is built on this shelf here, and then the second light, like, we had to modify and put like extra metal here to mount the second light. thanks to my dad. He's a real DIY guy. Yeah. Second light here. It's all good. So that took me a while to build with my dad. So before we had, so that wardrobe is there now, but before we had like the wardrobe here in this corner where the bed used to be. If you look like real close at the ceiling, you can still see the outline of the wardrobe. Yeah, I had to use a sledgehammer to knock all that out and a crowbar. So yeah, we managed to regain the space in this room and like put the stationary stuff in space you wouldn't use. Especially with this window here, like that area over there was just not being used. So we redid the layout of the room and it's pretty happy with it. Yeah. So that concludes the tour of my room. Oh yeah, obviously like got the TV here. I use a CRT TV instead of a flat screen because I play Project M Super Smash and just can't get that input lag in. Like just can't deal with that input lag, so that's why I play with CRT TVs. And that yellow case is filled with my stream gear. I'll be streaming at Western Australia's second national. We got some people flying over, some like really cool players flying over, and I'll be participating in that event and hopefully streaming that. I'll be sponsoring a guy called Ben Bates for his show, Ben Debates. I'll be supplying him the gear because I don't plan to stream there. I just plan to like compete. So yeah, this is the. Oh yeah, and my mom like bought me this lantern. It's kind of bright. It's basically like two lights strapped onto one lantern, but one for the reading light and one for the ambient light. The camera makes it brighter than it's supposed to be. It's not really that bright, but yeah. And you know, my stream setup, the camera up there, the microphone. Yep, and that pretty much concludes my room. Yeah. Thanks for watching. This is like just a tour of my room. As for like, hey Kelpie, yeah, there's a story behind this wallet. Like I got it in Japan, Tokyo. So the keychains have changed over the years, but I still have my Meowstick Pokemon keychain, like paired up with my best friend. My other best friend is the female version, so best friends forever. Random belts. I don't really have a story behind each belt. This one I got in Japan for like business. I had to wear like a suit to like job interviews. This is just a standard suspender that you find here in Australia. It even has like Australia printed on the side of it. This is pretty much the same, but black. I think this is my dad's belt. I don't know what that's doing here. I think it's also small for me because I'm so fat. Oh yeah, and that jacket, it still has, this jacket I got in Japan as well while I was snowboarding over there. Still got the entry ticket. The glass tabletop here, I kind of want to buy replica weapons and just have them like neatly arranged on this tabletop. So every time I change my clothes, I'll feel like a spy. Like, so you know, when you finish dressing, it's finally time to take all the wallets and stuff, and you also have a choice of weapons to take with you, which is a pretty neat idea. If you haven't noticed already, there aren't any shelves. The reason why is because I wanted to save my mom a lot of time, because she spends a lot of time like doing laundry. So I figured I'll have a wardrobe that's hanging clothes only, so she doesn't have to spend time folding. She just irons and then just hangs them on. So that'll save us some time. Yeah, I think, and this is the door to the outside. It's still not finished yet, mainly because, you know, that wall still hasn't got the cabinets on them. And if you haven't noticed already, we're missing some curtains and blinds. My mom's actually a seamstress in a factory. She's ordering some really cool blinds in, and so eventually we'll get those back up and running. Yeah, so that's pretty much it. Thanks for touring my room. Still have to do some cleaning up there. Like, this is a wooden frame and you still have like a lot of dust on it. Gotta do some bit of cleaning. So yeah, I did everything in this room. Painted the walls. Painted the walls. I demolished a cupboard that used to be here. This used to be carpet. Dark heritage oak. This used to be carpet. I ripped out the carpet and also sanded off all the glue that was underneath. Man, that was like really, really bad. Let me tell you, it was a really tough job. Basically, like when you use like an angle grinder to, that's what I used, by the way. I used like a hand tool. I used a hand tool, a rotary grinder, angle grinder, and I used like this kind of disc to like sand off all the glue and expose the concrete underneath. So I used like, let's see, 16 of these discs, just stripping off that paint. And also, like when you strip off paint like that, or rather glue, it's like a mixture of glue and rubber. It's a mixture of glue and rubber, and when you like sand, like for hours. I spent 3 days sanding it because like it was literally that painfully slow, like literally 2 square meters a day. And this is a 4x4 room, so that's 16 meters. So it took me like a week to sand this off, and then another like 3 days to put down the floorboards. So yeah, and when you sand, like it's really horrible. Like the dust gets into the air, and you really don't want to be breathing in all that rubber and glue, especially in particle form. It took me ages, but it's finally done. And yeah, picked the floorboards himself. Dad funded it all. Parents funded it all, of course, but you know, it's all done now. It's like a dark. It's not even real wood. It's like chipboard or MDF or compressed wood. And they put basically a sticker on top of it, so that's what we call the laminate floorboard. But it still looks pretty awesome, but it'll get damaged really easily. But they said it will last 10 years at least. So yeah, it still looks great though, and they're also cheap, so you could just replace the ones that get scratched. Yeah, small trivia point, small fact. Like there are, let's see, 5 power boards in this room. Mainly because when new fiber optics internet came, I routed the fiber optics to my room. So so that's the fiber optics box right there. So I routed the fiber optics box to my room, and so I could be the first person to use it. Also, like I am the only technology savvy person in the room or in the family. Like I'm the computer tech guy, so. And like no one else knows how to use technology other than me. They just press buttons. But I'm the one that fixes everything. So yeah, that's why I route. And the second reason, like this is the spine to the house. Like this wall that I want to redecorate is like central to the house. So that's the second reason why I routed the fiber optics there. So we could just spider it through the wall, like we did here, like that small ring thing that you see there. is the hole with all these fiber optic cables coming out of it. Well, LAN cables, I should say. Yeah, so that pretty much concludes the tour of my room. Still got some power tools lying around, but for the most part it's finished. I don't know what to do with this wall though. Maybe you can give me a suggestion. There's just this blank wall. Maybe just keep it blank for green screen? I don't know. Yeah. Well, that's it. Better homes and gardens. Maybe. But literally, like, you could learn all this stuff off YouTube. And you can pick up, like, literally, like, what I did for some of the pieces of furniture in here. Like this recliner, as you can see, is like second hand. Like the cushion in the center is like deep blue, and the sides are like really sky blue. What you do is that you get a schedule of all the suburbs, and when they're throwing out like their furniture, get a schedule, and then like just browse, literally like hire a van or something and just troll around people's suburbs. Like try to target the rich suburbs, because they don't know, they're just wasting money anyway. So target the rich suburbs, and they'll throw out something good, something like this. So it'll look like, what you look for is just make sure there's no tears, and make sure all of it's there, and sit on it, see how stable it is, and sit on it, see if it's like comfy enough, So I brought back a lot of complete pieces. I also got like a 3-burner barbecue, one with a lid that closes, so that's great as well. I also got an outside set, so yeah, just go on those Verge collection days and target rich suburbs like Subiaco in Perth, or in Perth it's like Subiaco, Joondalup. There's some good things about them. Just troll around and just look around and see if you can find some good pieces. What do you want to, Carbs G, like, what do you want to see? There's not much here that has a story. My clothes are still in storage. Like I have them stored in my sister's room. I've yet to move them in. So, sorry to disappoint you, but my wardrobe does not just consist of 3 jackets and 3 belts and no pants and a towel. Like, that's a really weird outfit. I don't even think you can make an outfit with 3 jackets, 4 belts, and a towel. Yeah. So, sorry to disappoint. That's not my entire wardrobe. Play Overwatch. Okay. You want a quick tour of outside that door? Okay. I gotta find like a torch or something. Oh wait, my dad installed like lights here. So he installed like a light here, which is activated by this switch right here. Yeah. So I don't know. Like, this is weird. What he did here was weird. So here we are, outside the door. Hopefully the wireless will get over here. But this is this door immediately goes to the outside, and the garage, which my dad has repurposed into a workshop of sorts. I wonder if I can... Yeah, don't ask me why. But my dad installed 2 outdoor lanterns. The reasoning is that this gets really bright, and the other one is sort of just to see yourself pick the keys. So we'll go with the brighter one, but it takes a little while for it to warm up. So yeah, it's undercover. Nothing really much interesting here. Like, you can't see that, but it's basically just plastic. Just waiting for it to warm up. But yeah, this is what it is outside. It looks really nice inside, but inside it's like a junk pile. It's like, my dad doesn't bother packing up anything, so you've got like random brushes, spanner set, that disc I showed you earlier, a can of varnish. Yeah, this is just a table. And then we've also got like that's a bandsaw. So it's like a saw, it's like a band, but it's a saw, exactly what it means, bandsaw. So you cut like wood really fast through that. We got some safety switches for high current electricity when my dad's like welding. That's the drop saw that I use to cut like the. So here's a bit of trivia. Like here, like right, can't see it, but basically when I did the floorboards, I started at that end and came down all the way here. So this is the ending part, like this wall here, and I had to cut so many customized pieces at this point because I was just using scraps at that point. So yeah, so with that cutting job I used that drop saw, really handy. It cuts at the beginning it cuts really slowly, but then it gets momentum. Yeah, so that drop saw allowed me to finish that flooring project. And this is a, can't really get a good angle on this, but this is a Land Cruiser. It's like a first generation Land Cruiser, which my dad is currently working on fixing. You can see like that yellow thing is the bonnet, and you got like, you can't see it, but there's a radiator here. That's the bandsaw I was talking about earlier, which he piled a bunch of stuff over. My dad's like really messy. Oh yeah, this is the angle grind I was talking about earlier. This is me and my brother finished that floor. There's no way I was gonna finish it by myself. So my brother, I used one of the. My brother used this, and I used like a big souped-up version. And we basically burned through lots of these discs, sanding that floor. Took like a week. This tool here is what we used to sand the last bit of that ceiling. So I don't know if you can see that, but there's a little disc part. It's basically a broom, but at the end there's like a rotary disc, and you use it to sand the ceiling while holding onto the pole part, so you don't have to climb up ladders. Yep, this is the front of the car. Can't really see it here, but yeah, he's just working on an open bonnet to work on that engine. Like, I honestly don't think he can do it. Oh yeah, and my dad, this is my dad's, can't really see it properly, but this is my dad's like hand cranked crane. It's currently hoisting an engine, as you can see here, with the chains, and I'm sorry, I don't have a light, so maybe my dad has a light switch around here. No, can't find it. There is an extension cable here. So I don't know. Maybe I can turn it on. Let's see, just gotta get. God, what? This is like it's like a puzzle game, but in real life. Solve stuff. Okay. Jesus. Okay. Hey, there we go. Oh, yeah. See, that fluorescent light used to be the light in my room. and my dad's repurposed it here so he can work on the car at night. So yeah, this is the front of the car. That's the engine and the hand cranked crane, as we saw before. It's all undercover so he can work on it in the rain. It's like a project of his to necro dead vehicles. And that's the bonnet he took off. But yeah, he's hoisting an engine. I think he's doing a engine replacement. I think that's what he's doing. Yeah. See, that snake there is actually a sticker. It's like I think it's an intake for the air conditioning. But he couldn't find anything to block it, because when you drive it, all the diesel fumes go through that uncovered vent, which he's missing the parts for. So it just basically like turns the entire cabin into a gas chamber. So he blocked it with that sticker, or some kind of sticker. Yeah, I don't know why he chose the snake of all the things we have. Maybe it's psychology. Maybe it's Freudian. Who knows? So he's working on that. There's also this van here. I burnt out that engine of that van. So I basically like ran it with an empty. I drove it with an empty radiator, and the engine just burned itself to death. And I was creating plumes of smoke while that was happening. So yeah, I burned out the engine, and the engine is now seized. So it's melted out of shape. So yeah, now it's just a portable. What do you call it? Container. It's just a portable container. We store random stuff in it. In fact, like, it currently, because it has like such a huge cargo space, I moved some of my room stuff in there, and I'll bring it back eventually. Yeah, so it contains most of my dad's power tools. Yep, and that's it. That's the quick tour outside. So that's the workshop. This is fully bright now. This is a project my dad is working on. My dad salvages stuff on his trailer. He's actually a doctor, but for some reason he likes to do DIY mechanical jobs for funsies, because he doesn't know how to play video games. So yeah, that's what he does in his spare time, and he just tinkers with a lot of stuff, and I'm surprised he isn't dead, because he usually plays with high voltage. So this project here is like he scavenged, or maybe stole this wheelchair from like some disabled person, but he scavenged it somewhere. It fell off the back of a truck, let's just say that. And he's currently trying to turn it into some kind of mobile desktop kind of platform. So he wants to help me out with my streaming. So he wants to like be able to, mount that black tower, which is my current PC. He wants to be able to mount that tower onto that wheelchair, so I can have like a mobile streaming platform. I mean, I currently do it with the Surface that I have, wherever that is right now. Where is it? Shit. I had a Surface somewhere. Crap. I have a laptop. I'm serious, guys. Oh wait, I'm using it. Duh. So yeah, the Surface that I have. Yeah. I currently stream with that on the go, but the problem is it has one USB port and doesn't have a lot of power. But with that project, my dad is trying to make it so that he's trying to turn it into a frame to mount that tower, so I can stream on the move. But honestly, I don't think he can do it. Mainly because I'm asking too much of him. I want to be able to mount a tower on there and also sit on it, as well as have a place for my keyboard, mouse, and a monitor. So we'll see how well that goes. But I don't think you can do it. Yeah, I should really finish this project. So this is like fertilizer for the bonsai trees, and then you have like rocks that I want to put in there, a random collection of rocks, clamps. You can never have too many clamps. I use these a lot in the room renovations. And my first bonsai tree, that's here. So aside from the white van we saw in the front, this is the back of the Land Cruiser, and this is the third vehicle my dad is trying to reincarnate. For the most part, it's pretty intact. I actually don't know why it's not. It actually does drive, but he's doing something underneath it. I don't know why it's not working. It's, for the most part, it's complete and it's quite modern for the stuff that he does. Like, my dad had these. Alright, so PokeFan. My dad had these two lights because one, the left one, that one there is like super bright and it's good for, you know, working with the lights. And the right one is just, you know, but the problem with the left light, it takes a while to power up. Like literally we had to walk around and show you around the workshop for it to light up, and then we came back. So just turn off this light. Yeah, so the left one takes a while to power up, but it's super bright. The right one doesn't need any kind of, doesn't really have any wait time, so you just turn it on and on it goes, you know. And the left light, if you turn it off, it has a cooldown period before you could turn it on again, because it's actually fluorescent. It's like a super fluorescent light, and it takes time for it to power up and to power down as well. So that's why he installed two there. Like, one is super bright and the other one's for general use. So for example, hopefully I won't explode from this, but we'll see. I'll turn that off and try to turn it on again. Yeah, as you can see, like I tried turning it on. There's like a cooldown period before you can do it again. So that's why we have that light. So you can just turn it on and off whenever you want and have your own light rave parties. I agree, it looks super ugly and super unnecessary, but my dad just installed it. Like, my dad installs things for no reason. That's a big part about him. Like, he installs things for no reason. Anyway, moving on. Now we can't use the super bright light. That's the third car my dad is trying to reincarnate. You can't see it in the blackness, but there's a fourth one in there. And if you stand in the light, like all across here is like the driveway, and if you go that way it goes outside. Can't really see it proper. Yeah, oh yeah, those are, can't really see much out there. Just turn off the light. And that's it, that's the tour of everything. Crap. And here's the thing, like there's good sides and bad sides of having a dad that does everything. Like he does amazing things, like get cars super cheap, repairs them, and you can drive them, but they're super unreliable. And you know, he also builds things for no reason. He's like that one guy in Minecraft that doesn't have any sense of style. He just puts up 2 torches or 10 torches in a row for no reason. Looks super ugly. Anyway, yeah, that's it. That's the door to the rest of the house. Air conditioning does cooling and heating. The window doesn't have a fly net on it yet. And that's it, really. I might play some Overwatch now. Just gotta switch from this tablet to that thing. I'll be back in a bit.